If you want more peace this year, change yourself to change their environment. Change yourself to change their environment. Hear me out. You ever been in a situation where someone is getting on your last nerve? I was recently in that situation, so don't be shy, right? One of two things happens. Actually, three. One, the person stops doing whatever's getting on your nerves. The second thing is you have a conflict or a conversation, even if it's just a nice thing, it's still a conflict because you have two different interests. You say, hey, stop doing that. And the third one is that you make peace with that. Only one of those things you actually have agency over. That's the last thing. That doesn't mean that when you're in a situation where things can be better, that you don't say anything. What that means is that you want to be careful as far as how much you want to depend on the outside environment for your particular inner peace. If there's a way that you can be more grounded, your intention should be to max that out completely. Have I use everything within my control? My there's a term for it, locus. My locus of control. It's maxed out. I'm not stressed about it, but I've done everything I could about it. That's when it becomes a discussion. That's when it becomes a true conflict. You can get up and leave the room. You can do something else and save the big fight for another day. You can use it for opportunity for learning and growth. You can reflect on it, have a higher level of self awareness, or could get a higher level of self awareness and say, oh, yeah, let me. Let me pause on this. Why is this getting on my nerves? There's opportunity in the discomfort. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you're changing yourself, then you actually have the opportunity to make the environment better because you are part of the environment. One of the telltale signs is when you're in a situation in a group setting, or it could be family dynamics, could be work dynamics, whatever, friends, and you swear everybody's tripping, everybody's on some other stuff, everyone's not acting as their best. When you're talking about it in past tense, it's already happened. Are you saying, "Hey, my all my friends are tripping," or are you saying, "Wow, all of us were tripping, and I was in a mood"? Because the first one is saying they got some issues going on. My family was acting like this. My friends were acting like this. My work environment was working acting like this. Versus saying, wow, how am I contributing to these dynamics? What is my piece of it? That's what I'm getting at. As we talked about at the top of the episode, if you look at yourself as a tree and you're tightly and well rooted, then you're not going to be swayed as much. You'll have that grounding, and then you'll recognize and even contribute to the greater environment. Because without the individual trees, there is no forest. When you go into an environment, or you're in a particular like a relationship dynamic or friendship dynamic or whatever, you are contributing to the mass. If you have a problem with it, you are part of that. Whether that's fair or not, I'm not here to say. I'm just saying what it is. So if you can change yourself, if you can evolve, not to get smaller, but to get stronger, then you have the opportunity to impact the environment. And maybe it's not the right environment for you. You have the choice to leave. You have the choice to go to a different environment. You have the choice to end things. That is always your choice. The fact is that 99% of the time we have that prerogative. There's certain situations where we're just stuck there, and my sympathy and empathy to you. But most of the time, we got some kind of agency. And working within that agency, once we embrace that, then we will exhaust all our options. And maybe it's just not the place we're supposed to be. And depending on your belief system or how you think life works, then maybe life's trying to get you to someplace else. Maybe your job isn't to change the environment. maybe your job is to go to a new one. Food for thought. When we're talking about getting along with people, we got to talk about one of the most popular episodes on the show. This is a hot topic for me. That's why I did the video. Look, this is episode 27. This is 420 episodes ago. Oh my gosh. One of the first episodes. Thank you all that have been riding with me this whole time. As of this recording, as we're hanging out, this is like almost 5 years ago. And it looks a little different. Forgive me in advance because the lighting isn't quite there. You can tell the show just started. It's just episode 27. But the content and the discussion is there. And I just see in the comments, we were talking. Brene Brown's secret to success with people you don't like. Here's a fact. You're gonna have to interact with people you don't like. That's just how it works. Even when you're a kid, maybe especially when you're a kid, because you don't have as much agency as far as where you live and the people you interact with. You don't have as much agency. So shout out to my kids as well as the kids around the world. I respect that you don't have as much agency as you would like, and you have my empathy and sympathy. Hopefully, we can treat kids better in the future. My whole point is that you're going to be interacting, no matter what level you're at, with people that you don't like. The question is, how do you do it while keeping yourself, your ethics, your ideas intact? Not as easy as it sounds, but in this, I think it's a 6 minute video, we talk about it. And it's one particular quote from Brene Brown that always nails it for me. And I'm so glad that it has really rooted with you guys too. Obviously, again, it's one of the most popular episodes that I've ever done. Be sure and check it out. Again, it's 5 6 minutes. If you're watching on TV, or I watch YouTube all the time on TV, as my boys do, or if you're or any other platform, Twitch or what have you, and you happen to have your phone handy, you can use the QR code right there, and it'll go straight to the video after we finish talking, of course. But you always press rewind. There you go. Back with the old terminology. I grew up on VCRs. We're gonna call it rewind. Also, all the links are below, and of course, you got to bring your worth. TV and just look up the title and do that if that's better for you guys. I'm gonna stop babbling. Again, like I said, I'm cracking myself up today. What were those times where you tried to change the environment and you realized you had to change yourself? The amount of times I went through that are a lot. We'll just leave it a lot. We'll just say a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Yeah, and the reverse of that, what were the times where you wanted to change your environment, you change yourself, and the environment changed? That's even more powerful. Nothing like it in the world. My entrepreneurial coach, Damon Brown, here to help you as a side hustler, solopreneur, otherwise a not traditional entrepreneur. Is Bring Your Worth TV live Wednesdays at 1:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Vegas time. Shout, give a shout in the comments if there's some situations you've been in that help you realize how much agency you actually had.